to understand before jump into the directly Azure and what is what instead of that one, like something different way I'm trying to explain the things here. Generally companies means what they required. Generally IT perspective, what are the required for companies for running their business, guys? What are the things is required? Generally I'm talking about, not an Azure or any other things. Generally I'm
Hardware,
talking. Yes,
hardware.
hardware. So different types of hardware required. That means is a server hardware. Yes, it's a server hardware entirely different. You know, uh, like very high-end missions, they will take it. Server hardware required. Like this server hardware, how many it's a required? Is a lot of depends on the company size and their business and applications, and accordingly they require the multiple servers required. Okay, so these all servers nowadays, all companies, what they are using? Virtualization, VMware virtualization, something Hyper-V virtualization, or something else, Nutanix or something else. So virtualization wise, everything is a virtualized. Mostly 99.99% of companies, they are using the virtualization only. So what is a virtualization? So virtualization means it's this hardware. Generally, we can install the one operating system, and top of that, one application. Generally, we can run it. Generally, we can run it. That is a recommended in the production. Recommended to run into the production like this way. But we can run the multiple applications also. Generally we can run the multiple application. Why it's a recommended in the production run one server one application only? Might be these applications have separate dependencies, might be same dependencies. Like example is a .NET application. It's a same .NET application. If I'm running, might be this .NET application, it's a 4.6. Might be this .NET application, it's a 3.5 something. So there is a two different dependencies. Might be due to that sometimes this application is going to won't work properly. This application might be won't work properly. Or if it is the same dependency also, some other application, if you are trying to upgrade it, other application is going to impact it. So that's the reason generally companies won't run the multiple application single server. So without any business impact wise, each and every server level install the operating system, that is a Windows operating system or Unix operating system, and accordingly that respective application they are going to run it. Single server means single application only generally recommended to run. But generally some companies is a mid-based companies, small-based companies, they will run the same server. It's a multiple applications also they will run it, but that is not recommended. That is not best practice. Okay, that is not best practice. So in our scenario is a single physical server, single operating system, single application means they require a lot of servers, lot of hardware, lot of servers is a required. So that way minimize the uh, that cost capital expenditure. That is a capital expenditure. Capital expenditure means invest more amount on the infrastructure starting only and run the business. That is a capital expenditure starting only. So instead of that one, how to reduce the capital expenditure? That way is a virtualization came. Virtualization is a came. In the virtualization, what happened? It's a virtualization software installed on top of the hardware instead of directly running the Windows or Unix operating system. Install the virtualization software, guys. Virtualization software. This virtualization software, what happened? This once is a install this virtualization software, that is a hypervisor. We can call the hypervisor. Once hypervisor install, this hardware related resources like CPU, RAM, and network interface card and storage, these all services it will provide to us virtually. Virtually it will provide it, these all services. So I can divide it one virtual mission. Generally this is a called mission. So virtually using these services I'm creating the one mission. that is a called virtual machine here. Each virtual machine I can define it. Okay, I have 20 CPUs totally and 500 GB of RAM, so and so like that, one network interface card or four network interface card, and I have 1 TB of storage. So I can define it. Okay, I required for this virtual machine 2 CPU only and 4 GB RAM and one virtual network interface card, and its kind of storage is also 100 GB. Like that, I can define it. I can create a multiple missions on same server. We can run the multiple missions. That missions is a virtually we are creating. Virtually means virtual this CPU, virtual RAM, virtual network interface card, virtual storage. Using that we are creating. That's the reason we are calling here virtual missions. Okay, so in this virtual machine, each and every virtual machine, one application I can run it. So previously, one physical server, one application only. But now we can run the on top of same physical server, multiple missions I can run it. Multiple missions means multiple operating system like Windows, Linux, any operating system also we can run it. So multiple operating system means multiple applications also I can run it. So totally this virtual machines is a isolated manner wise it will work. By default, it won't, isolated wise each and every virtual machine run. So we are achieve it and reduce the capital expenditure. Reduce the capital expenditure. Okay, well and good. So this way reduce the capital expenditure, this one. But other than servers, in the real time, what are the things is there? Generally routers like networking devices and switches as well as firewalls and VPN, and coming to any other, depends on the requirement, they will go with the different devices. So these many devices integration like with the network cables and connect to the fiber cables or might be, and like that it's a connected to the all the devices together each other. Okay, so over the internet means for communicating securely with VPN, and again it's managing all the servers centralizedly for AD servers, Windows Server, Active Directory. Generally most of the companies will use it, and name resolution wise will use the DNS, and like that lot of different variety of services generally will run in the on premises. On premises means our own data center, and traditionally what companies are running in their own place, in their own place, what they are running these all devices together integration wise and providing the security their self and managing their self, this everything, this is a called data center, guys. This is a called data center. Okay, so this data center again it's a multiple hardwares and everything is running, cooling and 24 by 7 power supply, and it's a connecting wise networking is outside over the internet. It's ISP vendors, it's taking the connection and connect to the internet connection, and a lot of things is everything is running like this, running like this. Now coming to these many things needs to be run in your organization means starting only invest amount on this, starting only needs to be invest amount on this. So first of all, place is required. The place needs to be constructed, and power supply 24 by 7, and cooling wise ACs, multiple ACs needs to be keep it, and that place is a security purpose, again security guards, as well as under this again after that we need to purchase the hardware and that software licenses, and as well as the installation configuration and integration providing the security, blah these many things like centralized storage purpose SAN or NAS storage is required, again that integration required. These all those things they have to investing more amount on starting only, they have to invest starting only this much amount. Okay, these many things they need to maintain means they need to invest starting only. Due to that it's a very high cost, very high cost. So again, as per life cycle management means generally IT companies certain stage after that needs to be upgrade the means that hardware might be won't support it, might be hardware issues. They need to replace with the new hardware. These are all those things. That is a life cycle wise. They need to upgrade it their self hardware and everything. Again, they need to invest more amount on that. So how to reduce the cost? How to reduce the cost totally like this? That is a way, came into the picture. It's a cloud. It's a coming to like that way. So that is a way. It's a cloud, introduced by Amazon. Actually, is a Amazon introduced AWS cloud starting almost 10 years, no competitor, only AWS cloud, and they run a lot like that. Okay, after that only remaining all companies introduce their own cloud, and coming to the market and providing the services. That way Microsoft introduced the Microsoft Azure cloud. Microsoft Azure cloud. So what exactly this cloud and what they are providing, how companies now moving to the cloud platform, why especially moving to the cloud platform means especially for reduce the capital expenditure, especially reduce the capital expenditure. How it will reduce into the, if it is moving to the Azure platform, how it will reduce the capital expenditure, will understand. So these all services, if I'm going to purchase it and license and everything, place, cooling, power supply, integration, everything, if I'm going to take care means it will large amount starting only I need to invest. I need to invest. But what they are saying, cloud vendors or cloud providers, what they are saying, this means will provide this all services, data center services, what required your IT industry, what required all services, we are going to provide it. We are going to set up these all data centers, everything by their self. By their self, they are set up the everything, and it's a they set up this data center single location. That won't work because of business is running in all countries, different companies they are running. So some of the, due to like that country policies wise or industry policies wise, they need to run that services in their location only. That's the reason, again, these cloud vendors in all locations worldwide wise, so many locations, they are running this type of data centers in multiple locations they are running these data centers. And these all data centers, they are providing the over the internet. We need to access, yes, end users. That means we are the customers. How to access these data center services, how to run my business, because of they set up the thing, but how to access myself. So that's the reason they are providing this data center services and set up and integrate to the single portal. One portal they integrated. So that way is a Microsoft integrated their portal called portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com. So these all data center services, they are integrated with the one portal front end and providing these are all data center services over the internet. Over the internet, they are providing these all compute. Especially we can call the compute means everything it will come, not only virtual machine, compute related, what are the relevant services, everything it will come under that. So not only compute guys, it's a so many variety of services they are providing. These all data center, again, it's automated wise and it's a multiple languages supported wise, and accordingly they set up these all data centers and integrate with the front end is a portal, Azure portal. That portal, how they integrated through API. It's a software languages. They are using the API, application program interface wise integrated the backend all infrastructure services through the Azure portal. So Azure portals integrated through APIs and providing these services, guys. These services they are providing. Okay. So now in this scenario, what happened? Companies, why they are moving to the cloud? Because of no need to invest starting only. That capital and expenditure zero. I'm not going to pay money in this. So why is not paying money anything? Because of simply I want run my business. I can log in the portal. That means login means first of all I need to create an account, and that relevant, subscription means simple thing, guys, very simple. If you are like nowadays we know OTT platforms, Netflix, Amazon, these are all those things. So if you want to watch the movie on that OTT platform, what we are doing, first we are creating the account. After that we are going to take the plan. If it is a Netflix, they are giving the different plans. So like 5 users means this plan, and 2 users means this plan, and accordingly their conditions they given. Yes, accordingly based on requirement, how we can affordable, accordingly we are taking that plan and we are watching the movies. Same like here, Microsoft saying that it's a okay, you are creating the account. On that, multiple different variety of subscriptions is available. That subscription depends on requirement. You can go with the subscription. You can take the that subscription. Once you taken the subscription only, we can able to run or deploy the our resources what I required. So I required 10 virtual machine. Yes, I can deploy that 10 virtual machine myself. And this is a network, this is a storage, this is a like firewall, like that I can deploy it. I can run my business on this over the internet through Azure portal. I can run it. Not only Azure portal, like if you want to perform it deployment through Terraform, ARM template, or Python, or any other software languages, yes, you can able to do it. So starting, you are not going to pay any amount, single rupee also you are not going to pay any one single rupee also you are not going to pay. But once what you are running the services, how much time you are running, like suppose one virtual machine I'm running 1 month, that 1 month cost I need to pay. Around 1 month I'm going to run it, that 1 month cost I need to pay. Monthly it will generate the bill, I need to pay amount. It's a kind of postpaid connection. It's a kind of postpaid. Postpaid means what will happen, every month we'll utilize it. After end of the month we'll get the bill, accordingly we are going to pay money. Same like here also, every month it will generate the bill, accordingly we are going to pay money for that. Accordingly we are going to pay money for that. So that backend infra set up the thing, and integration and providing the services and security, everything it's a taken care by Microsoft. We are not going to take care anything on this. So entirely reduce the capital expenditure. So that's the reason companies are moving to the cloud platform. So especially reducing their cost wise, they are moving to the cloud platform, guys. So as of now, any questions, any doubts? I hope is it
No,
clear to?
Kiran.
Okay, great. So Satish, I hope you understand. This is the first time you
Yes,
are.
yes, Kiran. Yes, Kiran.
Okay, great. So this is a way like cloud platform. It's came into the picture. All companies are moving to the cloud platform. So somebody please mute it yourself. Please mute everyone. Yeah, thank you. So here, this is a way companies are looking into and reduce the cost and moving their workloads to the cloud platform. So nowadays, especially Microsoft Azure Cloud, it's a very popular because of they are providing the lot of services unified wise. What is a unified? Unified means generally in Azure platform that service only within the Azure only. Not like that. It's a unified wise they are providing in the cloud platform that services. Using that you can monitor your on premises, you can protect your services, antivirus, anything. You can take the backup of that services, centralizedly managing the things also. That is a possibility from the Microsoft Azure cloud. So more unified wise they are providing the services. That is a one of the advantage using the Microsoft Azure. And even business wise they are providing the lot of discounts to the customers. If you are going to run Windows Server or any their products in their Azure platform only, they will get the more discount. Same product if you are running in the different platform, that cost is a again it's compared to Azure platform little bit high cost. So obviously, and customers is a they want to reduce the cost. And even Microsoft is a very well known company, and they have multiple different variety of products. So you can see nowadays it's a Office 365, especially it's a all companies are using Microsoft Teams, as well as Outlook. That means Exchange server. These are all those things Microsoft product only. Most of the companies are using. Most of the companies are using. So that much popularity they have, and that's the reason Microsoft Azure Cloud nowadays is a very huge requirement on that. And moving so many people are learning is a Azure Cloud because of lot of opportunity. Okay. Okay. Coming to now, we understand the why is a cloud, why companies are moving to the cloud. This thing we understand now. Okay. So cloud means, again, it's a new and it's a very challenging to understand the things. No, nothing, guys. It's a very easy only. So don't take it as a very different. This is a one I don't know like that. Okay. Instead of that one, you can try to focus on that and learning very easy. So on premises, how you have network is there, same like in Azure platform, virtual network is available. In Azure platform, virtual network is available. How is the on-premises in VMware or Hyper-V virtual machine? Same like here also virtual machine. But backend, we are not managing that virtualization platform. Backend virtualization platform we are managing. We are not managing. So front end virtual machines only we are managing. So backend Azure, what they are using? Hyper-V. Hyper-V technology only they are using. Front end only we are going to manage it. Same like storage. Storage means on-premises SAN, storage area network, or NAS, network area network, like network area storage, like that is available. Instead of that one, here virtual storage. That means here we can call the, instead of virtual storage, directly we can call the storage only. So this is also virtually we are getting. Backend, that infra we are not managing. Backend infra we are not managing. So that storage. Same like backup also. Generally on premises backup you want to use it, some third party tools, Veritas backup and Veeam backup, or it's a kind of so many different backup tools, Tivoli backup, or so many backup tools is available. Those, all those things we need to purchase it and configure it. After that only we can take the backup of all the servers and everything, the data. But here in Azure platform, no, not required. If you want, you can go with third party tools also. We can go with, that's not a problem. That is a Microsoft providing. But generally, Microsoft itself, they are providing the backup services. That is also no need to set up ourselves that backend infra, backup related backend infra. What are the backend infra? Tape drives, or HDD storage, or SSD storage, or that software configuration and controller, and so many things needs to be do it. But it's not required in Azure platform. Totally, it's a, they are providing backup. Simply very easy way they are providing the backup. Same like almost most of the services they are providing, guys. IT industry wise, what are the services is required? All the services they are providing. But in our course, majorly we are going to learn about virtual networking, virtual compute. I can say instead of virtual machines, I can say compute, because of in the compute different resources we are going to discuss. That's the reason I'm going to mention compute. Okay. And storage, as well as backup, as well as monitor. And these all those things, one part. Before that, it's a basics. Fundamentals is a very important. These basics also we are going to understand the subscriptions. What is a subscription? And some resource group tags, and like that, blah blah. So many different basics we are going to understand, as well as Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory. These are all those things we are going to learn, guys. In our course, we are going to learn about these all topics and relevant information, and practically we are going to understand the things. Okay. Any questions on this? What are the things we are going to learn on that? Especially Satish, for you, because of it's all other people knows what we are going to learn, but you are the first time now. So do you have any questions?
No, Kiran, I'm good. Continue.
Okay. So these are the things we are going to learn. Okay. Coming to So in Azure platform, suppose I want deploy the virtual machine. So before virtual machine means what we require, guys, generally. If I want multiple virtual machine, I'm going to deploy it. So my application requirement. So what are the things is required? Virtual machine means one mission you want run it. What are the things is required generally?
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure means what are the things? Infrastructure.
Power is required. Supplies is
That is
required.
a leave it. That is a Microsoft is going to take care. Yes.
Okay.
What generally high level? What are the things is required? I'm talking.
Storage,
Good.
CPUs.
So CPU will get it. It's a whenever you deploy the virtual machine, you will get the that CPU and RAM. Without that CPU and RAM, you won't get it. Yes, obviously, that thing you will get it. So majorly, I'm talking about storage. What you said, correct, and networking, very important. Yes,
It's a connectivity.
yes, it's a connectivity is required. Otherwise, it won't communicate each other and it won't run. Yes, networking is required. So storage and networking and compute. This is a virtual machine means compute. Yes. These three part majorly anywhere, if you see any organization, this three part is a very important. Yes.
Right.
These are the infrastructure services majorly. We can say any places. These infrastructure services, how we'll understand here, we'll look into that. And in Azure platform, how to manage it, how to manage the centralizedly, how to integrated and everything we are going to learn on this course. So in this course, before going to learn, so I will teach you different way here, directly jump into the subject theoretically instead of that one. First we'll try to understand the one scenario, real time scenario, and after that we'll jump into the back to Azure platform, and again we'll understand the uh, based on this requirement how to fulfill in Azure platform we are going to learn. Okay, so companies require the networking. Without networking, if you deploy the virtual machine also, there is no use. Yes, even if you deploy the without storage also, if you deploy the anything also, there is no issues. But it's a majorly required the networking. First of all, is the networking is a required. Yes, is it right? So any company, if you are going to set up it, basically first what they will look into that, what they will going to set up it, guys. First of all, no.
Network part only they will set up.
First is a they will set up the networking part. Generally on premises, what are the network devices will come? Routers,
Switches.
switches. In the switches also management switch, a different variety of switches they will use it. But in the again language wise, it's a technical words we can call the VLANs and lub. These all those things we'll discuss. Yes, but in Azure platform nothing is required, guys. These all those things it's not required. These all those things not required. Okay, coming to here, generally in on premises you will maintain the different environments like production and testing environment, development. Some people will call UAT and production and test, dev, like that they will also called. Yes, some people will call the pre-prod also. Pre-prod also they required. So these many variety of different resources will run it, different environments, not resources, different environments generally run it. So for these all environments, generally different network range generally will use it. Is it right? Do you have idea or not?
Yes, Kiran. Different environments are required.
Yeah, instead of directly if it is any implementation, don't do the in the production directly. First of all we'll do the testing, after that development, after that it's a pre-prod, after that is a production will implemented. This everything is a sequence wise we'll do it. Why? Because of reduce the business downtime. reduce the business downtime purpose will implement like this way. So what happen when is the testing? I can understand some issues, bugs and everything. So I will try to eliminate in the development phase, eliminate in the pre-prod. After that, everything is fine. After that, we are going to implement in the production only. If it is any issue, we won't implement in the production. So generally we'll do like this. So if it is a doing like this and we require the different networks or not, different networking or not,
Yeah, different VMs are required.
different VNet network ranges required. This is a one VNet virtual network. VNet means virtual network. So this is a suppose this is a prod. So one more network. It's a development. One more network for testing. One more network for pre-prod. Like that, we can multiple virtual network is required. These all networks, sometimes what will happen in the on-prem environment are normally generally real time. Some of the data in the development, some data I required needs to be communicate and get the data from my development environment. From the production, I need to get the data from development environment. Same like it's a from production, I need to get the data from testing environment or might be from pre-prod environment. So communication is required. Yes. Without communication, again, it won't communicate it. We can't get the data. That is a problem. So that's the reason generally communication is a required this network also. So for that, what we are going to do? So generally, this is a one prod, one network and pre-prod and development, dev and test different networks is a creating. Sorry, test. These all networks is a communication required. So this is a one define it like how they will define it. This is a requirement. So real time, like there is a architect people is available. That architect people will understand the first of all requirement. Okay, these many networks is available. These all those things needs to be communicated and something is a we need to provide the security as well as needs to be communicate securely and providing the best services to the customer like that they will think. Yes, simply this is a requirement we are going to implement it. No, obviously we are not going to simply implement like this way. Is it right, guys? Are you going to implement like this way simply?
Okay.
No, obviously something is a secure way and providing the best services wise, best like topology wise will provide the services. So that is a way Microsoft one of the topology that network topology is a Microsoft is a providing, guys. Microsoft is a recommended one of the architecture. One of the architecture, it's a very popular nowadays in all companies if they are using the Azure, and this is a one of the architecture most of the companies are using. What is this architecture topology means? Hub and spoke topology. Hub and spoke topology, guys. Hub and spoke topology. In this hub and spoke topology, what exactly this is a one and how to deploy it. So for this, it's a hub means one hub network is required. One hub network. Hub network. So what exactly this is a hub network means? Over the internet communication purpose, generally companies will use the VPN. That VPN needs to be keep it in the hub network. And firewall, like firewall, why is required? It's a securely communicating and any entry point or outgoing point, like that means over the internet is communicating through firewall and any over the internet getting the traffic first go to the firewall, like that will define it for security purpose. That firewall keep it into this place. As well as in Azure platform there is a bastion is available, but generally on premises we can call the Jump server. You heard about Jump server? Jump server. Guys, knows about Jump server?
Yes, yes, yes.
So what happened exactly Jump server? So if you want to connect to the any general workloads that company related, suppose backend is a some SAP server or something, any other application server is available. Generally, you can't take the directly RDB of these servers. First, you need to connect to the this Jump server. From that server, from that operating system or from that server login, after that from that server you can try to connect these servers and you will work on like this. Is it right?
Correct, correct.
So like this is a way same like in Azure platform, they are providing the instead of Gem server, we are going to deploy one VM and set up as a Gem server. Instead of that one, Microsoft is providing the Bastion service. That Bastion service also keep it into the this place in the hub network. In the hub network, we'll keep it. So generally common security wise, what are the workloads is available? Those workloads will keep it into the hub network. We'll understand VPN related, firewall related, this Bastion, everything will going to one by one, we'll going to discuss and show you the practical, how to implement it, how to use it, everything will understand. But first of all, high level we are going to discuss. After that, one by one, we are going to implement. How we are going to implement it, we are going to discuss and I will teach you accordingly. So here, hub network will keep it like this. Okay, good. So hub network, it's available. Generally, these are the workload guys. So Bastion or Gem server and firewall and VPN. These are the services will keep it. Coming to Spoke topology. Spoke, what is a spoke means? General our workloads. Like general our workloads means my web servers, DB servers, SAP servers, or management servers, or any other servers. Generally, day-to-day wise, your business required wise, what are the different application, different servers, what you are running, those will going to keep it into the in the spoke network. We can call the this is a spoke network. Like that, what I mentioned, prod is a separate environment, pre-prod is a separate environment, and test is a separate environment, dev is a separate environment. So that means different spokes we are going to created. That means these are actually network only, virtual network only. We can call in this topology wise, we are calling spoke 1, spoke 2, spoke 3, like that we are calling. So different networks we are creating, that general our workloads running purpose. Workload means that application, relevant application, different services we are going to run it in the spoke network. How it will communicate to hub network? So in Microsoft Azure platform, there is a VNet peering is available. We're going to discuss. It's a integration part like this. These all services integrated like this. So that means any over the internet, something users is trying to access my website, first hit to the some like different services is available in Azure. We are going to discuss. Might be right now basic wise I'm discussing. First hit to the firewall. After that, it will communicate that relevant web server, and that relevant server also via firewall it will communicate it. Okay, well and good. VPN, generally like securely my employees needs to be login that server. Generally web services, IIS platform or Apache or Tomcat or it's a Nginx, through that will provide it. So these end users over the internet users, my end users, my end user customers are, they won't take the RDB of that virtual machine, or they won't take the SSH of that mission. So directly they will utilize the that services. Like example, Amazon website or Netflix OTT platform. That application directly we are accessing. We are not going to log in their servers and watching like that. We are not doing. Same like here also, it's happening like this. But your end users, that means your employees needs to be manage these services. How they will communicate securely over the internet means one of the way, point to site. So VPN in their laptop, they will configure the VPN application. Whenever they want to manage these resources, first they will connect to the VPN. After that, they will connect to the this so and so server, and they will troubleshoot it or configure the things. They will do it. So VPN through that they will do it. And over the internet, they don't have VPN, some people, and still they want connected over the internet securely. So in this scenario, Jump server or Bastion through that, they can connect to the securely over the internet. Securely over the internet. So these many options is available. Different like there are very variety of resources and everything. Will look into that. But this is a way totally happen. So totally everything is a fast. It will hit to the hub network. Everything first hit to the hub network. After hub network only, it will communicate to the our workload servers. Our workloads it will communicated. Totally, this is a way generally in the real time. One of the best topology method, hub and spoke topology. This is the architect level. Generally, we'll discuss, and this topology only will use it, guys. Will use it in the architect level. Generally, 99% of this is a topology. Generally, will use it. Understood? Any questions on this as of now?
Hey Kiran, jump server is something we can call as proxy.
Not a proxy. Like example, how can I say? Like might be you used it or not. I'm not sure. Generally, if you are supporting one company or customer, one of the customer, that
Okay.
customer don't have VPN. Okay.
Okay.
So, but you need to connect that their workloads and you need to manage it. So how you will do it? So they will provide the one server to you, and you need to first of all log in that server. From that server only you can able to log in the that workload missions.
Okay. That server is accessible to internet.
Yes.
Okay. From that server, they have the connectivity
Yeah,
established to
exactly.
all other servers.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that
we
way generally
use
will.
similar actually internally.
Yeah, definitely. All companies will use it. That is one of the best practice wise use that security wise will use it. But in Azure platform, they are providing that service name called Bastion.
Okay.
So Bastion means it's not a server, it's not anything. We'll look into that practically. So you will get the more idea what is exactly this is about. Okay.
Okay.
So any more questions, guys, from anyone? Okay. I think
Silence.
is silence means I think is everyone understanding very well as of now what we discuss on that. Okay. So this is a way generally we'll do it. Okay. In the real time. Okay. Coming to this way we are going to also learn about how to like practically will understand the how to deploy the these VNets and how it will communicate these two VNets, and it's how we can deploy our workload. The traffic is flowing through via firewall or VPN or Bastion, how is the flowing, and everything we are going to one by one will understand the things. But before that, one by one services will understand. Okay, one topic is I will take it. I will implemented that one. I can show you. Before going to implemented, some of the basics also is required. Simply jump into the directly VM is a that's not possible. Yes, is it right? So that way we are I'm going to teach you one by one on this practical scenario wise. We'll implemented this practical scenario as well as we'll learn about these all those things. Okay. So any questions, any doubts up to now?
I'm good.
Okay, so that's it today's session, guys. If any questions, any